averaged 38 points a game in the...
And it happened to come through tonight.
Yeah, it came true tonight. We worked so hard. It was a hard-fought game, and we finally got a championship, and it feels great.
Now, for your 21 years, you said you've always dreamed of winning a championship. Is it what you dreamed of?
Oh, it's everything and more. I mean, you have the Laker colors falling from the ceiling, the fans are going crazy. I got the hat on and everything, covering my throat. It feels great.
Now, if you had to think of one thing that really got you guys over the hump, that really pushed you to this point, what would have been this season?
It's just determination, and PJ did an excellent job, him and his coaching staff, and Shaq was marvelous all season long, and our bench was great, and we just pulled it all together.
In a game like tonight, where you had to go away from the triangle nickel in the second half to break down the defense, that's what you had to do.
Yeah, we just had to break them down. That's all. I was just creating, similar to the Game 4 situation, where I was just penetrating, creating, getting into the gaps. Robert Ory made some big shots, Fox hit a big three, and we won the game.
No feeling quite like this, is it?
Woo, I love it. I can't wait to do it again.
What Kobe meant to me, Kobe was everything to me, man. He's the reason why I fell in love with basketball. I remember every little detail about Kobe. Like, he always made you feel like he was gonna come through. Like, even the Lakers could be down, 30 points and in the fourth quarter, and then like he always like, because he was always gonna keep on trying. He was always gonna keep on fighting. You never felt like the game was out of reach. So I mean, there's not like just one. There's not one singular moment where like I can be like, okay, that was the moment. Like, because he has so many of them, and you always felt like you had a chance. He was a superhero, man. Like, he was Superman. He just felt like he was always gonna come through for you. Every iconic moment I still have embedded in my mind, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that he was able to give us so many iconic moments. And I remember exactly where I was when he dropped 81. I remember being in my bedroom, like, couldn't believe what I was seeing, like, video game. I guess the 81-point game is kind of the best example of that, because the Lakers were down by, I think they were down, I forgot exactly how many, but like 16 points, 15, 16 points at half, something like that. They were down double digits at halftime, and they were losing to the Raptors, a bad team, and he single-handedly like took that game over. And then they're for the majority of that game they were down, and he just kept on like by himself, just took over and won that game for them. So it wasn't even about just him scoring 81. It was just like, man, this dude like was gonna do whatever it takes to win, and that was one of those moments, man, that you just always felt that like you always had a chance with Kobe. That's why like that 2013 season was tough for me. Like, looking back at that season, because Kobe fought so hard to get them just into the playoffs. Because like if we can just get into the playoffs, that we had a chance, because we had Kobe on the team. And that was one of the most disappointing seasons that year. And they had Dwight Howard, they had Steve Nash. They were supposed to be like the favorites to get to the finals and match up with the Heat, and the Lakers played terrible for most of that season. They were fighting just to get into the playoffs. They had like 4 Hall of Famers, and they couldn't even make the playoffs. So Kobe takes the last months of the season. He just plays 48 minutes a game, fucking turns into a damn superhero, and like, I'm gonna will this team to the playoffs. And if we just got there, like, we'd be like, well, we have a chance, because as long as we're here, we have a chance. So, he fought so hard and blew his Achilles many years. Every game he always fought. So I'm not gonna like, there's not that one singular time, but he just always gonna fight to the end. And that was Kobe, and that's why we love him so much. That's why everybody feels the way they feel, because he was just that guy that was always going to keep on fighting, keep on pushing. And doesn't matter what it is in life, basketball, whatever your goal is in life, whatever your passion is, like, just, keep pushing for it. So I remember the game winner against Phoenix, watching it in my living room downstairs. My little brother's like 5 years old, and he's the reason he loves Kobe is because of me, because I put him onto Kobe. So, just, yeah, man, just him hitting that shot against Phoenix in the playoffs and celebrating, and being a little kid, being like 8, 9 years old, watching Kobe and then practicing his moves in the backyard, practicing his fadeaway, his crossover. I used to like rock the Kobe. This jersey I'm wearing right now is actually like my first Kobe jersey ever. It was just with the purple trim on the old style uniforms that they had in the '90s uniforms, and I remember when my mom bought me that my first Kobe jersey. Being a little kid, probably like 8 years old, and just going from there, and it's always looking up to him, man. He was, he was my hero. Like, it's, I know a lot of people feel that way, but I was a little too young to remember Jordan. I mean, I remember the end of Jordan with the Bulls. So I do like remember those final years, and like just watching those very last couple of years. But I was a little kid, very little. So when Kobe came around, he was like the next guy. I remember the first time I heard Kobe's name. I was a little kid. My older cousin, was about 5 years older than me, told me like, Kobe Bryant is going to be better than Michael Jordan. And I'm like 7 years old at the time, so I'm going to believe anything my older cousin says. So, and I was like, Michael Jordan was like the first basketball player I ever knew because of like Space Jam. And I remember having like a Toon Squad jersey and watching Space Jam all the time. So then when Michael Jordan retired, I'm like, I'm a little kid, not knowing much about basketball, just knowing that, Michael Jordan had retired, and then my cousin told me about Kobe, and I'm like, oh, okay. So that point on, it was just, that was it, man. That was my guy. He made me want to learn about like the history of basketball. Like, it's because of Kobe, I go up and look up, stats of like other players that came before him, and other players at that time. Like I just remember like comparing Kobe to like Tracy McGrady in early 2000s and Vince Carter, and then of course Michael Jordan, and like comparing like their games and their styles. So he made me not just a Laker fan, but he just made me a fan of basketball. And I think a lot of people are gonna say that. Kobe got them into basketball, got them into the game and wanting to play the game. And he was the reason I think I wanted to play basketball, because of him. So it's just bigger than just, it's just what he meant for the NBA, the game of basketball altogether. He got so many people into the NBA across the country, like China and, different countries, and like he just made he helped globalize the game even more than what it was, and there's a lot of fans all over the place. Like Vahan has a big following in the Philippines, and that's probably a big reason that's because of Kobe. So yeah, it was just him as a player, man. He just made me love basketball, So that's, yeah, man. He gave me that love for basketball. Well, that last game was just like a celebration. I was turned up, man. I was like, same thing, kind of like right now. I had my jersey on. I was drinking. It was like a party. Like I just wanted to celebrate it, So I didn't really feel sad that last game. Like I didn't feel like I wasn't bummed out. I wasn't like sad about he was retiring because he announced it, early in the season, so we all knew this day was coming, and we were just ready for it. So that last game, it was just a big celebration. I just wanted to see something like, you know, just have one final moment because Kobe that final season it wasn't a great season for the Lakers for him. He was definitely like Father Time had definitely caught up to him that final season. So you just want to see like one last great moment, and he delivered for us, man. That's what he was Showtime. Like he just always was gonna bring, he was gonna bring it. So man, that last game, that shit was just one of the funnest games I ever seen. It was like something out of a movie. It was like a playoff game, an NBA Finals game, and all the stars were there, like all the the celebrities were there. So forever. And then when he finally did, when he did retire, I was like, oh well, he's gonna be around forever because he's Kobe Bryant. He's gonna be here forever. And in a way, even though he passed, he still is here forever because his memories will always live on, and his influence on the game will always live on. I don't think there's a player in NBA history that's more impactful and more influential than Kobe. I think he's honestly the most influential player that's ever been around, and that's just because of what he did, with his work ethic off the court. To me, no matter what, there will never be another person like him. There's other great players that that come and go, but there's never going to be somebody just the mentality that he has, and like the mind that he had. He has so much more to give to the world, and that's that's one of the saddest parts. He was just starting the second chapter of his life, and no, he was going to be doing great things in that, so rest in peace to the Mamba, Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and of course the rest of the families and the rest of the people involved in that helicopter crash. But I don't know what more can I say, but Mamba forever, R.I.P Kobe. I love you forever, and your legacy will always live on.